All right, let's just jump right in. We are about to break down the subconscious signals that your body is sending out. Signals that can totally sabotage an interaction before you even say a single word. This is all about the primal signal. And that right there is the fundamental truth we have to start with. See, attraction isn't about some logical checklist or a witty line. It's about a raw, instinctual feeling that gets triggered completely non-verbally. So, I want you to ask yourself this as we go through this. What is your body broadcasting? Is it sending out confidence and calm, or is it sending out signals of anxiety and unease without you even knowing it? And that brings us to the core idea of the primal signal. Think of it like a radio frequency. Long before your words are ever heard, the frequency of your physical presence has already been picked up. And believe me, it's been interpreted. Here's the classic mistake, right? So much energy is spent just agonizing over finding the perfect thing to say, that one witty opener. But all that mental effort, it's pretty much useless if your body is physically tense. Because that tension, well, it's screaming insecurity way louder than any clever line ever could. And this is exactly why it matters so much. From a survival standpoint, we are all hardwired to read the nervous systems of other people. So if you're in a fight or flight state, tense, anxious, she is going to feel that anxiety in her own body. You got to remember that tension is the absolute enemy of connection. Attraction just can't grow in an environment that doesn't feel safe. Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty. We're going to break down the 7 most common subconscious signals, these attraction killers, that reveal an inner state of anxiety. Let's kick it off with the first one. Number 1, high social RPMs. Yeah, think of it like a car engine's revolutions per minute, but for your social energy. When you talk and move too fast, what you're subconsciously doing is rushing to get it all out before you think you're going to be rejected. It signals that you don't believe your own presence is all that valuable. Now contrast that with a slow, deliberate pace. That communicates immense value. It says, hey, I'm comfortable here, and what I have to say is worth waiting for. Speed is emotional, so just slow down. All right, number 2 is the shoulder guard. This is that classic physical tell of stress. Shoulders hunched up towards your ears. It's a literal defensive posture, a primal instinct to protect your vital organs. It just walls you off. And because our nervous systems tend to mirror each other, your tension is going to trigger her tension. You just can't connect with someone who feels guarded. So relaxing your posture is really the first step to letting her relax hers. Next up, we've got number 3, the jaw clench. When you're overanalyzing every single move, what happens? Your jaw tightens up and your breathing gets all shallow, right up there in your chest. This is the body's natural response to stress. It physically signals that you are not present in the moment. You're just stuck in your head running threat calculations. So what's the confidence signal? A relaxed jaw and deep breaths, way down from the belly. That's how our bodies breathe when we feel completely safe and grounded. Number 4 is a huge one. Avoidant eye contact. Look, if your eyes are just darting all over the room or glued to your phone, the message you're sending is pretty simple. Something else is more important than you right now. Now, the key here isn't some intense, unbroken stare. That's creepy. It's just about being present. When you can comfortably hold her gaze while she's talking, you make her feel seen. You make her feel like the main character. And let's be honest, we are all drawn to people who make us feel that way. And that brings us to number 5, the phone puppy reflex. Constantly checking your phone isn't just rude, it's literally broadcasting your anxiety. You're showing that you can't really handle the pressure of the moment, so you're escaping to your phone for a little dopamine hit to soothe your nerves. The confident man, he doesn't need that. By ignoring your phone, you send this powerful signal that the person right in front of you is your entire world in that moment. Let's move on to number 6, what we're calling the dancing monkey. This is that trying energy, that need to be the loudest, funniest person in the room, constantly performing for attention. This actually signals that you need her validation to feel powerful. But real power, it lies in being self-validated, being grounded and totally comfortable in the pauses. That projects a much deeper, more authentic kind of confidence. And finally, number 7, fidgeting and over-explaining. Whether it's constantly adjusting your shirt or justifying why you're moving to the other side of the bar, these little nervous tics and verbal fillers all signal one thing: instability. And here's the crucial point: stability feels safe. And on a primal level, safety is incredibly attractive. So move with purpose, speak with economy, and just be comfortable with your own actions. Okay, so we've just diagnosed 7 symptoms of an anxious inner state. And you might be thinking, great, now I'm just going to be even more self-conscious. But don't worry, the real question is, how do you actually fix this right when it's happening, in the moment? Well, there's an incredibly simple and powerful tool for this exact thing. It's called the presence check, and it's designed to be an instant reset button for your entire nervous system. So, what is it? It's basically a quick internal routine that you can do anytime, anywhere to immediately ground yourself. It's designed to consciously lower those social RPMs we talked about and just pull you out of your head and back into your body. And check out how simple this is. It's just 3 steps. First, consciously drop your shoulders. I mean, really feel them release that tension. Second, unclench your jaw. Just let it go slack. And third, take a slow, deep breath. Not into your chest, but all the way down deep into your belly. You can even try it right now. It's an instant state change. Now, this little physical check-in, that's the tactical fix. But it's also the first step towards a much, much deeper philosophy about maintaining your own emotional center, which our second source calls mastering your frame. This really illustrates the whole concept of polarity. The insecure response is to get pulled into her emotional storms. If she's distant, you chase. If she gets anxious, you get anxious. You completely lose your center. But maintaining your frame means you don't do that. You stay grounded in your own stillness, in your own purpose, and you allow her to enter your orbit. You become the emotional rock, not the leaf getting blown around in her wind. And this leads us to the ultimate mindset shift. This is the final idea that really ties everything together, moving you from just fixing mistakes to truly embodying an attractive presence. And here it is. The most crucial point is this. When you master your physical presence, when you can maintain your own frame, you are no longer playing some game of chasing attraction. No, you become the source of a calm, confident energy that naturally creates it. So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. After everything we've covered, from your posture and your breathing to your emotional center, what if the most attractive quality you could ever possibly develop has absolutely nothing to do with what you say and everything to do with the quality of your presence?